Here's the thing. They are benefiting from things. Like yesterday, the Eagles had 13 penalties. The Giants game, we benefited from there's some big things that have gone our way, but maybe it's just going to be that year where things just go our way. Maybe that's just going to happen.
I don't know anything about the NFL.
I don't know anything either.
I do know one thing, though. I know the Patriots are going to come out and score 35 or 40 on you every week.
Yeah.
Right.
And that they are going to be in the Super Bowl.
Well, you knew that when Tom came back.
That I do know. Other than that, I don't know a lot about the NFL.
That's what I'm telling you, that this is just a different league than we've seen in a long time.
Right.
Maybe it started a few years ago.
More
but
parity than ever.
When we were watching it, growing up in the 80s and 90s, we saw dominant teams week in, week out just win games because they were just much better than everyone else. It's not like that anymore.
It's a lot of mediocrity in the NFL.
Yeah.
Phone number's 800-636-1067. Want to hear from Redskins fans as we open up the Deed Carpet Cleaning listener lines. Are they actually good? I would answer yes. Now, that doesn't mean they're definitely going to be in the playoffs. I believe if the playoffs started today, though, they would be in as a wild card because you got the Cowboys at 5-1.
I'm going to Google if playoffs started
10 games
today.
left.
Well, you can do that pretty easily yourself, Gay.
But you win
they would
4
definitely
games
be
in a row.
They would definitely be in.
And you could look at each game and say, yeah, they were fortunate. Because the Ravens game, there's a probable pick 6 that gets gifted back to you that you gain 17 yards on. All right?
That's so fortunate.
That's very fortunate. It's a gift. But, as I keep saying, the offense almost had 500 yards, 493 yards of total offense. They ran the yesterday, and if Kirk doesn't throw that pick 6, you'd say game. Now, the pick 6 obviously knocks it down, but Kirk had a pretty good game, and that's without Jordan Reed, as Cake said. Offensively, I just look at this team. They got so many weapons. Jamison Crowder is becoming a force. Pierre Garçon, who we all kind of forgot about last year and just figured this is last year, he's having himself a good year.
Right. Our man Pedro on sports, Pete Medhurst, at Pete Medhurst on Twitter, said, yes, Lions in 09, 10, and 13 beat the Skins.
We're third lifetime against the Lions. That's why I always feel like it's the Lions. They have gotten us the last 3. I still will pick them.
Do theory.
Well, that's just a bad team beating a worse team.
I guess.
Do you know what the Lions had yesterday?
Stafford could march them up and down against us.
They can pass the ball over the field.
Yeah, of
You know what
course.
the Lions had yesterday in the backfield?
No.
A white running back. That is a unicorn. I had to look him up. Zach Zenner.
Well, they also have Justin Forsett, who they signed off the scrap heap.
Understood, but I believe Zach Zenner had the most carries on that team yesterday, and the most yards. Zach Zenner.
He had 14 for 58
They're
yesterday.
dropping like flies in the backfield
A white
there.
running back is a unicorn in the NFL.
Here's one reason, and again, I don't want to belabor this. They've won 4 in a row. It's unbelievable where they are. But they've scored exactly the same amount of points they've given up.
Understood.
Right? So their point differential is 0, and yet they've won 4 in a row. Nobody else has a point differential with that kind of winning streak. Anywhere close to that.
No.
Anywhere close to that.
It's one of those quirky years for them.
Yeah, so maybe it's just going to be one of the years.
I mean, it could turn around. I mean, let's be honest. They could easily lose 4 in a row.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
But right now, they're 4-2. You have to look at it and say, a team who's won 4 out of 6 is pretty good in this league.
The other thing is when you look at the schedule that we were so scared about, and I'm not saying that they're going to beat these teams. The Vikings are an undefeated team. They're on the schedule. But Carolina, Arizona, we just chalk those up as L's. Those teams aren't that good this year.
What about the Packers?
Same
I
thing.
mean, you can't just chalk up wins, but the Packers have been far from impressive.
Something's
in
not right with Aaron
2016.
Rodgers.
Nothing.
We
Yep.
talked about this before the games yesterday when we're doing the pregame. Do you know where Aaron Rodgers is
Way
in
down.
completion percentage?
Way down.
Heading into the game, I don't know where he is now, but heading into yesterday, he was 31st in the NFL in completion percentage.
Well, I remember when he was about 22nd.
Now, don't get
But
us
you're
wrong.
right. There's something wrong. Maybe not wrong with him physically, but something's not right with Green Bay.
This
and their
doesn't
passing
mean that
offense.
next fall that we won't go through the Redskins' schedule before the season starts.
course,
and
you
still
have
pick
to.
out
We
wins
will.
and losses.
But we'll be
Of course
all,
you
we'll
have
be
to.
wrong.
still do that.
Yeah, you
Of
can't do
course.
that anymore.
But we'll be wildly inaccurate.
The 4 hottest teams in football right now are the Buffalo Bills,
Who've
the
won 4 in a
Washington
row.
Redskins,
Who started off 0-2. Both teams start off 0-2.
all right, the Dallas Cowboys,
They just
won
look
5 straight.
nasty.
and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I would have bet everything I own that those wouldn't be the 4 hottest teams going into week 7 of the NFL. I just would have bet every single thing I owned.
Even though the Patriots don't have that win streak, I mean, they lost that game with a third stringer.
Exactly, but I can't put them in there. I'm just saying
why
hottest.
betting-
I'm not saying best.
That's
I'm
why
saying
betting
hottest.
the NFL is pure madness. Nonsense.
Believe
it's
me,
crazy.
we're not anywhere near that in terms of the best teams, but they are one of the 4 hottest. No getting around it. So I had thought they dug their grave with the 2 home losses, and they just haven't. They're right in the mix, and it's butt fun to watch.